Good morning, students. Welcome back once again for this next lecture on English Compulsory Pros for Business Inspiration. Students, so far we have studied about uh, the education and the training a businessman needs, as well as where he'll set up his business. He needs a space, and that space we talk about is his office and how the whole office functions, the various equipments that are used in business communication. We have seen in last two chapters. Today we will see how you start your business. Because for business you don't need what we can say big capital or large investment, but an idea. The idea that will be blooming your business into your dream projects. And that is how the world is impacted by the people who thought innovatively, who believed in their ideas and they dared to execute them as per their belief. And such people, they have left the indelible mark on the human history, because throughout the ages, if you see the history of mankind, you'll see how people who thought in a different way, who thought out of the box, what we call as hatke. So thinking out of the box is the major thing that works in business. And this is how um, the pros in your textbook are, they deal with the people and their ideas and how they have implemented. Today we'll talk about these people who have given new aspirations. They have inspired the generations of new entrepreneurs with their out of the box ideas. This lesson that we'll see today is actually an article called as When Ideas Make Money. So these ideas make money because ideas very prominent. These are the seeds of anything that would made into big projects. So Sharmila Ganesan, she has talked about this. Uh, Now behind studying this chapter or this lesson or this article, what I feel the objectives must be. So objectives for this lesson are to share the success stories of entrepreneurs with students like you, because you'll groom into a businessman someday and you'll start your own startups, and you'll employ yourself, what we call as a self-employment. So this is inspiration for you, these success stories. Then to encourage and inspire students to become entrepreneurs, because we think within the frame, within the box, 9 to 5 job, secure job, and then secure income. But sometimes it becomes impossible to get employment because it is not feasible to include everyone into the system because of lack of resources, lack of technology, or somewhat, lack of placement availabilities. So these stories would inspire you to become entrepreneurs. Next, it would inculcate the habit of thinking out of the box ideas, because these lessons, it might be possible that you laugh, you'll call these ideas ridiculous, but as they are out of the box ideas, people may laugh at them, but those who have thought differently and they dare to implement it, they have made it. So it again, next thing is that we have to underscore the importance of innovation, how innovation is necessary, because nowadays we call that this is the age of copy and paste. We copy from somewhere and then we paste it somewhere else. If there's a particular brand or particular system, just we copy them. Many of the manufacturers, they just copy with slight design change so that they should not trapped into copyright. and they try to understand the manufacturing process and they do it. So instead of copying others, what I feel that one should inspire oneself to think innovatively, and at the same time, you need guts to encourage, means to implement that. So one should be courageous to implement. So these all things are there uh, for studying this lesson. What outcomes are there? Means what will be the outcome of this lesson? So after learning these lessons, you will be able to understand the importance of innovative ideas and out of the box thinking. How it pays, how it pays off your dues. Then it would emphasize on the efforts to launch their startups. So, in films and in television serials and ads, you see that aspiring fellow, he thinks and he starts up with that idea. But in actuality, it is rather very difficult. It's Herculean task. So while doing so, you need to, have a strong conviction in yourself, strong belief in yourself, your efforts, your ideas, your capacities, and you have to fight against all odds. You have to fight against all things, and then you have to establish yourself. You have to stamp your existence on the business community. So this lesson would provide such kind of ambience to you. Uh, Now, beginning with Sharmila Ganesan, who is she? Actually, she is a correspondent for the Times of India, and she is also alumni of SIES College, Mumbai. She has interned at Indian Express Healthcare Management, and her specialization is in news and feature writing. So, she has this mass media kind of a bending, intellectual and professional bending, and her working experiences at such places make her as an authentic writer to write about such people who are bringing new things in their lives and who are giving new directions to the new generations of entrepreneurs. Now, this particular lesson that we are studying here, it's an article which is published in newspaper. Way back, it was published in 2007, means when this curriculum was even not formulated. So whatever we are having in context to 2007, so near about 13 years back, and it might be possible that you might see these stories of people like Sandeep Gajakas, Sohag Khemlani, and Wasif Khan on YouTube, because YouTube is quite famous with your generation, and instantly you can surf, you can browse and get in touch with these people through internet also. So this article is focused on the success stories of these three people, as I have mentioned, Sandeep Gajakas, then Sohag Khemlani, and Wasif Khan, and how these people have thought differently. They have given breakthrough to their business. At the same time, how they have provided path to their success through innovative ideas and its implementation. So what is innovation, or what is innovative idea? So when you think differently, okay, because we all are in a framework, our social background, our educational background, our family background, then your surroundings, then historical, cultural, political ambience is also somewhere, it creates your own mindset. And there are taboos, you don't think beyond that. There are certain limitations to our thinking because of our traditions or influence, religious, cultural, political, educational, whatever, social. So sometimes, you have to keep this all things aside. You have to keep this belief system aside and think differently from different perspective, so that you can bring something new. And this is what innovation paves in at such juncture. So for young entrepreneurs, traditional thinking is somewhat very dangerous. You can't make it big with your traditional thinking. Every now and then, if I think today I thought a particular idea, after 1 year that idea might be expired. So I have to think again differently, innovatively. So innovation is a continuous process. And entrepreneurs, if you want to sustain, if you want to grow, if you want to bloom into your business, you have to think differently at every stage of your business activity. And it is because of this you can create your own niche. Niche means place in the larger scenario. So innovative ideas give you breakthrough as well as a place in the business of your particular industry. Now, when we talk about the first success story here that Sharmila Ganesan talks about is of Sandeep Gajakas. Uh, Way back in somewhere 2005 or 4, nobody has thought of, you know, cleaning your shoes. School boys, they clean, even we clean our shoes at home somehow and then manage it. But way back in last decade, this man has thought of. And what is this idea? Sharmila Ganesan writes that a brush, a bucket, and idea came together. So what is this brush and the bucket? The water bucket and the brush to clean your shoes. And this was the idea. These all things came together, and then this mixture, this idea was inflammable mixture. What Sandeep Gajakas thought. He believed he has a strong conviction in his idea. Before that, if you study the background of Sandeep Gajakas, he was 26 years then, in way back in 2007. So he was a fashion choreographer. He used to design some fashion for people. Then he was also an event manager. So event management was his another passion then, and he was also a football player at club level matches. But somewhere this was a routine job for him. It became a kind of boring stuff for him, and then he wanted to create his own space out of the rat race that is all his friends were fighting against. So rat race is a word which is used to kind of a setup where we are trying to compete each other without any sublime goal or without any sublime objective. So we are trying to complete our petty issues or petty objectives, and we are not applying different mechanism, different efforts. So this is rat race. So to realize his dream to start up his own new business, he quitted his job, and then at call center he was working then, and he started distributing the handbills of his shoe laundry. He started the idea of shoe laundry. We have laundries where we clean our clothes. We dry clean our coats and blazers and very costly saris. They are dry cleaned, they are properly arranged, and services are provided to you. But nobody has thought of shoe laundry then. And this man called as Sandeep Gajakas, he has thought of that. And then in 2004, he started this. He started distributing the handbills pamphlets regarding his idea, his business. And in 2004, he used to charge 100 rupees per pair. Now think of this. Collecting shoes from people, going at their home, attending their calls, and collecting their dirty shoes. You might be thinking that this is, below standard work. But here lies the difference. Because when you want to make money, you need to think differently. So you have to keep your background aside, your thinking aside. You just focus on your business idea. So he focused on that. So when he was doing this, he used to get calls and people used to call him. He used to go there at their home, collect those dirty shoes. He used to clean them in his house bathroom and properly tie them and then deliver them. He used to receive the cash. So later on, this business grew. It groomed, and then the shoe laundry started. So this business uh, grew in scale and in scope also. So later on, he has tie-ups with brand shoe manufacturing companies like Adidas and Reebok. And for what they have, tied up with him for after-sale services. Often we purchase some shoes, and if it is in a guarantee period, sometimes it happens that your sole is broken, it is wide open, and then you are uncomfortable with the stitching or its size. So for after sale repairment or after sale services, Reebok and Adidas, they have tied up with Sandeep Gajakar and his company, the Shoe Laundry, and he used to get 20 rupees per pair from these people. But this also was, grew large, and then later on he stopped ties with any other corporate companies. It was said, he himself has admitted that his profit was up to 40% without any big investment. Later on he has developed any business after doing it continuously for a certain period of time. You refined it, your processes are refined, well mannered, or what we can say, well structured, well described. So he has devised 10-step cleaning procedure, from tagging to drying and sometimes repairs also. So Sandeep Gajakas, with his staff, he has his own staff also. 9 people then were working with him, under him, for cleaning shoes and various stages of shoe laundry. So out of the box idea, nobody has thought of cleaning shoes as a business. You may manufacture your own shoe company. You can start your shoe company, but not cleaning that. So a person, an individual who got breakthrough with his own idea, and he has set up his own business called as the Shoe Laundry, and he earned his name. You can find out his interview or the success story that is made upon him on YouTube also. The next person in this success story is a woman. This is how he. If you wanted to start this, you can get connected to Sandeep Gajakas, and then this is the model that can be franchise model that he has developed. So with this, you can get your own business idea. You can start his franchisee like Zomato, like Pizza Hut, uh, McDonald. So you can have joint venture with Sandeep Gajakas. Next person in this success story is Suhag Khemlani. So Suhag Khemlani, she has she is a kind of a woman, avant-garde woman, who had thought too much differently, because even in the civil, women were denied place at every sphere of human activity where men were dominant. And because of traditional mindset, women were restricted to the places of kitchen and family affairs. But Suha Kemlani, she thought differently. And of course, obviously, her father was with her, and she got good upbringing from her parents. And when she thought of it, she wanted to assist her father in his business. Her father had a business of facade cleaning equipments. So her company called as Technoclean India Private Limited, and she cleans facade windows of multi-storied buildings. And how this idea was realized. was the story that we can understand. Here, you can see that even then before, even in the 90s or the beginning of the last decade, business of cleaning windows of the buildings in India was beyond imagination, and that is where lies the difference. So Suha Kemlani thought about it. She's from Bangalore, and she made it possible in India. She has established the TechnoClean India Private Limited, which is the only bucket cleaning industry company in India. Uh, this idea was, germinated into her mind when she was taking her training at UK. She was taking her training in UK, UK's International Rope Access Training Association. It was related with something, different, adventurous thing. So she found that window cleaning industry was almost, established industry in UK. Uh, so she wanted that such kind of a thing must be there in India. And because of her, fascination to assist her father in his company, she thought of this idea: why not clean windows? You know, why not clean windows of multi-storied building? And then this was the biggest challenge in India because cleaning windows in India with professionals was kind of a different thing. So she has fought against the mindset of Indians that she, compelled them to change this mindset. She made them to accept her job, accept her company as a service providing company for the people. Then she took the challenge that a woman can do this. Okay, men can do anything. But when we thought of women, or whenever we think of women, we think that women can't do this because we have our own prejudiced mind, and we should come out of it. We have to accept the powers of women also, what they can do. They have immense potential, immense possibilities that can be explored for the betterment of humanity. So she accepted the challenge of cleaning 47th floor circuit of BBC building at London. And then she was 29 only. So she became the Spider Woman with this job. And this job has, asserted her identity as a very prolific businesswoman uh, in this new industry, at least in India. Then you can see these photographs, how these people, are working with their equipments and on heights with different kinds of mechanisms. So, Suha Khemlani, she became a Spider Woman with this job. She started cleaning, and means she joined hands with UK's packet cleaning giant called as DCS, and the TechnoClean came into existence, TechnoClean Private India Limited. So now Suha Kemlani, she has branches of this company at Pune, Delhi, Bangalore, and Mumbai also. It is said that the company's growth rate is 60%. 60% when this article was written way back in 2007. So you can understand the where this company must be now after 13 years of its establishment. This is another man that can be appreciated for his out of the box thinking. You can see the dog and a box where you can read home care dog food. Uh, dog food brands are available in the market, and we often think that means in India we don't have tradition of feeding our pet dogs with their specialized food products. We use them to give what we eat, but it somewhere affects their health also because they are not their body is not like human beings, so they need to provide the dog food that would be suitable to their anatomy. And Wasif Khan, when he was doing his own job, he had this kind of an outlandish idea, because ideas, are very, sometimes, you have to face the criticism for your ideas, and a certain level you will give up after people troll you, or after people, talk bad things about you, they ridicule you, they laugh at you. But your courage helps you to sustain your interest. And these people, they execute these ideas in a very conventional way. They don't do it, sometimes you have to think it differently, but you have to do it very easily in a conventional manner also. What Wasif Khan did, he researched the market. And every company has R&D. R&D means research and development. So every brand, every manufacturing company researches. It has its own research team. They go into the market, they talk to customers, they talk to vendors, they talk about the different brands, and then they try to understand the psychology or expectations of the people, and they would include this into their product. So suppose I wanted to have a face cream. So what I will do, I'll meet many people, young, old, middle-aged, then men and women, then girls and boys, and then I'll ask them, what do you think about this? How do you feel after applying uh, particular cream, or what do you expect? What kind of feeling your skin wanted, especially during winter. And then I'll jot down their opinions. I'll try to incorporate their opinions in my research, and I would suggest that people think like this. They wanted such kind of a winter cream, or they wanted such kind of face cream that will give them pleasant look. At the same time, that will give them pleasant feeling. So the manufacturing company would develop such kind of product. So Wasif Khan, he researched the whole market, and he came to know uh, that there were food products, ready-made food products, branded food products were available in market, cereals and processed food markets. It is, ready to serve food, what we can say, air packed food items are there in the market. You can just cut it and serve it to your dog. But he thought that there was a lacuna. After packing, every item has its own expiry, and it's always better to eat fresh food than canned food. So he thought that there's a lacuna of fresh food facility for dogs, pet dogs especially. So he started his own startup of providing fresh food to the pet dogs, and then his company was called as, it is called as Home Care. It was established in 2004. What this company does, it cooks the food for dogs. Isn't it an innovative idea? You might have seen that we have, Puri Bhaji centers, you have Pizza Huts, you have restaurants, you can get parcels, you can eat it anywhere. But there's no company that provides food to dogs, pet dogs especially here in this context. So, home care, brought this idea into realization. The dream came true for, at least we can say, for pet dogs. And pet dogs got their own food without adding any salt, because we have this kind of test. We wanted salty, sorry, pungent taste in our food. But dogs, if you might have seen, they eat raw flesh. Then they don't want any kind of a addition. So what Wasif Khan did, he gave rice, lentils, or even chicken or mutton or beef to the dogs. He started only cooking, proper cooking that would be digestible and good for the guts of dogs, and he started this company. In the beginning, he started this venture on a bicycle. So he had a box that we have seen in the beginning, that was, kept behind, at the back seat. And he had written his phone number. People used to call him. They used to give him order, and he used to provide that dog food. So now he has his own staff. From 2004, now when this article was written in 2007, it groomed into an established business. So he has his own staff now, that collects orders and provides food, delivers food items. So he has two kinds of meals, two kinds of categories of meal. One is a regular and another one is a premium. So that costs between from 330 rupees to 120 rupees. Then now the prices must be something different. You have to search out on the net, on YouTube also. You can call, search his phone number and you can call him. Now here, then he had near about 500 clients. And who are these people? These are not common people like you and me. These are the people who include top politicians and then the film stars. So you can understand how important it was for these people, like politicians and film stars, how they love their pets and how they wanted that their pets must get a good food and fresh food, with taking their health into consideration. So Wasif Khan tapped this avenue and he started his startup providing food, fresh food to the dogs, delivering that to homes. So these all three people that we have studied today, we have talked about today, have made it possible through their out of the box ideas. And these ideas, have really paid their dues to them. They have good business. They have their own net worth. You can inquire about it on their website also. And these are the people, these are the people who are being researched. If you're doing your MBA, such case studies are there. What made them successful? So innovation, then ideas, then great conviction in your ideas. This has made them successful. So these are the people of the talk of the town. People are talking about them, about their success. The new entrepreneurs, they wanted to follow them, or they wanted to think like them, on their path. They wanted to create their own space. So they are the case studies for MBA projects. They were being appreciated on the blogs, foodie blogs, or activist blogs. So people who talk about these new things, and it is also means these people have given you examples that if you believe in your idea, if you believe, if you execute, you will be successful. So you have to dare to realize it without any hesitation what people think. We always think, log kya kahenge. So you have to keep that mindset aside and then execute it. And so at the same time, when you are successful, you have to keep your success secret in your heart. So when these people, they have got themselves trained into tackling the media also. They tackle media very diplomatically. If somebody asks them what is the secret of your business, they say, "No, I just clean." Like Sandeep Gajakas, "No, I just clean shoes. I just wash shoes. Nothing more than that." So this is the thing that you have to keep in your mind while avoiding the questions of your success secret. So students, I think that you will be inspired. You will think on such lines, and these success stories you may find out. You can find out your own success stories where people have thought differently, they have executed it differently, and they got success. They have established themselves as entrepreneurs. We have so many, through the small saving groups, and then the people or the cottage industry. home. Some women, they are working at home with their innovative ideas, and they're spreading it, they are earning their money, they are getting their own respect in society. Because to be respectful in society, you need to prove your mettle, you need to earn money, because money gives you independence to decide your future, to decide your own future, your present. So I think that today it's enough, and we'll continue with our discussions, our communication with next lesson. So till then, goodbye. See you tomorrow. Thank you.